All right, so just situating ourselves, comfortable seat. Legs never have to be crossed, they can be out in front. If your seat proves to be uncomfortable, no matter what you do, then go ahead and lie down. Have yourself supported by the earth. If you're upright, you want to lengthen through the spine. Roll the shoulders back and down a couple times. Shake the head or move it front to back. But find its place so that the ears are right over the shoulders. Of course, eyes don't have to be closed, but if they're open, you might just lose kind of focus. Not really looking at anything. Allowing there to be a softness in the face, a softness in the jaw, softness down through the shoulders, all the way down through the torso. Even though your belly is engaged, you'll find some softness in it. Down through the hips, maybe pelvic floor even softens. And it's as though the softness lets you sink into the floor, almost as though you could be held or cradled by your yoga mat. More than that, cradled or held by the earth that you know is beneath your floor. And as you allow the earth to hold you this morning, imagine that you actually have some roots that reach down from, it could be down from your sits bones or from your legs. Like those roots could wiggle through the earth and reach way deep down and really connect you to the earth. Feeling that connection. Perhaps there's some symbolism in this where you just reflect and identify what roots you, what allows you to feel grounded. Maybe it's family or friends. Maybe there are certain belief systems that you have that allow you to feel deeply connected. Those things that help us feel secure and almost as though we're held in place by them. As you identify your roots, feel them anchor you, but feel them as they kind of move back up through you too. Like they might not end at the sits bones or the legs. They might actually move up through the torso and root you back down through the torso, Maybe they move all about you, like twisting and circling. As you imagine these roots, imagine that yes, they're your security, but they're loose enough that there's movement still. Like there's no restriction in body parts. You're still free to move as you wish. But you're always connected. With an inhale, we'll pull palms together, tuck the thumbs at the heart. Bow the chin towards the chest. Your thumbs point in, your fingers point up, maybe up towards your forehead or that third eye. Beginning this morning by chanting an Om. Definitely free to join me if you feel comfortable in doing so. We'll exhale, let our breath go. Inhaling to fill back up. Om. Taking a breath in. Allow your hands to drop with your exhale. And we're going to start this morning on our hands and knees. So open the eyes, either kick the feet to the side, roll over them, however you find your hands and knees. If knees are tender, remember a blanket underneath them, something so there's some cushion. But knees land right underneath our hips, hands land right underneath our shoulders. And let's reclose eyes and become aware of the spine, your belly engaged. Even imagining the vertebra, the natural curves to the back body. Perhaps noticing where that spine is in need of some movement. You'll take a breath in. With your exhale, let your tailbone tuck, let your chin tuck, push through the arms, arch your back. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, throat collarbone open. Exhale, tailbone tucks, chin tucks, back arches. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, throat collarbone open. Exhaling back to your cat. Inhaling forward to cow. And you're going to keep going just back and forth, breath initiating movement. So if you want to breathe or move faster, you breathe faster. If you want to move slower, breathe slower. As you move through cat-cow, yes, you're aware of spine, but you might also imagine still those roots. Roots down through the hands, deep into the earth, through the knees. We'll do 2 more breaths. Meeting back at a neutral spine. Let's bring our butt back towards our heels, just enough that we can come to the fingertips, get off the wrists for a sec. Lift the armpits up so your ears are actually down between your upper arms, and you're lifting and lowering your armpits a few times, moving those shoulder blades on the back. Good. Next inhale, come back to all fours. Let's bring our right hand up to, let's do up to the back of the head, like the base of it. And then you're gonna move your left knee back, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches so that you can twist and open your chest towards the right. And you're gonna just hang out here a breath or two, feeling that twist in the spine, the openness of your chest. Take a breath in. With your exhale, untwist so you're parallel over your mat. Then inhale, twist and open. Exhale, untwist. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, untwist. One more time, we'll twist and open. Hold it here, take an extra breath. You'll do an inhale, and with your exhale, untwist. Bring that hand back to the earth. The knee moves back under your hip. Your left hand finds the base of the back of your head. Your right knee likely moves back 2 or 3 inches. Take a breath in. With your exhale, untwist, hold it here for a few breaths, feeling that openness of the chest, the collarbone. Good. Breath in, breath out, untwist, come back over your mat. Inhale to twist and open. Exhale to untwist. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, untwist. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, untwist. Again, you're opening, holding now. An inhale. And with an exhale, you'll come back, hand under the shoulder, knee under the hip. Again, butt back towards your heels, onto your fingertips. Give your wrists a break, maybe ears between the upper arms. And when you're down here in this, it's a child's pose essentially. Pull your belly in a little bit. Wiggle your torso side to side just a tiny bit, like you could find more space. Take a breath. And with an inhale, we'll pull ourselves back to tabletop. Moving the knees back under the hips. Let's let our left foot move out, be a little kickstand. The right leg, we're gonna lengthen it, toes on the ground, rolling and opening that hip. And for me, it means I move to my right fingertips, trying to get that hip open or stacked on top of the other. And then you're just gonna unstack it. Inhale to open it up, stack it. Then exhale, bring it back level with the earth. Inhaling to stack and open. Exhaling, you're level with the earth. Couple more times. Good, that knee will move under the hip. And we want to do the same thing with that left leg. So I do my right foot as the kickstand. You might not need to, but then the left fingers, I'm on those fingertips so I can stack left hip on top of right, so rolling it open, then unstacking, so we're level with the earth. Inhaling to stack, exhaling to unstack. Inhale, stack. Exhale, unstack 2 more times. When you're done with that last one, the knee will move back under the hip. Send your butt back towards your heels. Come all the way down towards child's pose, but come to those fingertips. Ears right between the upper arms, so maybe forehead's nowhere near the ground, and that's totally fine. Feel the suction cup of those hands, like it's drawing up. Those fingers very engaged. Couple more breaths. With an inhale, you'll come forward, back to tabletop. Once in tabletop, let your hips wiggle side to side, like your dog and your wagging your tail. Your head could move, shoulders move. Maybe your head actually twists and you check out what's happening in that neck this morning. And then back at tabletop are all fours. Your left foot again is your kickstand. Right foot lengthens out. Stack the hips. This time bring your right hand to your hip. And let's be here in this. It's an opening for the right side. And so it might be that the hand stays on the hip. It might be that you allow the arm to lift to the ceiling, or it drops alongside the ear. If it's alongside the ear, your palm can either be towards the ground, or you can turn it so like your thumb is pointing towards the ceiling. Regardless of where we're at, we're going to imagine that we can move the heart forward a little more and then lift that right hip towards the ceiling. Outside edge of your right foot might dig down towards the earth, and you'll take 2 big, very purposeful breaths. Next inhale, top arm to the ceiling. Exhaling, hand to the hip, unroll, so meet back at all fours. Once at all fours, your right foot is your little kickstand. Your left leg lengthens so that you can stack the hips. Left hand to the hip, and maybe you stay right here, allowing that heart to open towards the left. Maybe top arm comes to the ceiling. Maybe it drops alongside the ear. You can have palm down or you can twist it so thumb is up. Either place, that heart opens and that hip that's on top, it's as though that hip reaches for the ceiling. And 2 big breaths. Good. Inhale, top arm to the ceiling. Exhale, hand to the hip. Unstack your hips and your shoulders and come back to all fours. Knees apart this time, and let's get them way apart. Then the butt back towards the heels. Your hands and your arms are gonna push your butt back towards the heels as you bring your head down. Doesn't have to be all the way between the forearms, but as though you're moving in that direction. Belly is engaged, and those hips, even though they're stretching as they reach back, imagine that they're softening. Pelvic floor softens. Nice big breaths. Next inhale, bring yourself back to tabletop. Bring your knees so they're under the hips. Tuck the toes. Ensure you're engaged with an inhale. With your exhale, knees and hips are up and back. And of course, feet are more than welcome to pedal here in down dog. If high down dog is not where you want to be, drop those knees. Find a low down dog. You could even be using a chair. We did that a couple weeks ago where we had our hands just either on the back of a chair or the seat of the chair. And really all we're going for is hips high and back. And so it's as though you're just pushing your butt up and pushing it back. So you get the length to the back body, very often length to the back of the legs. This is quite a lot of upper body strength. And so just acknowledge your body, where it's at this morning. If you're feeling quite active or in need of energy, you might stretch the right leg up towards the ceiling. Roll the ankle, point the toes, just wiggle. Let it really reach. Eventually, an exhale will bring that leg down. The inhale will lift the left one. Nice big breath. The exhale will drop both feet back to the earth. And let's walk our feet forward, but let's walk them in a way that you're bringing the heel in front of the big toe. And going really slow, your knees can bend as much as they need to bend on your way forward. But eventually your feet will be all the way up and you'll move them so they're under the hips. Bending knees so our belly rests on the thighs, the chin tucks in, and we're in good old forward fold. Great for our nervous system as far as calming it. Great lengthening for the back body, as well as the hamstrings. Feel the four corners of your feet down here, the outside edges of the balls, outside edges of the heels. And imagine again that you have those roots, those things that connect you, that allow you to feel secure, that ground you. And again, it can be belief systems. Some people have particular faith beliefs. It can be your family. It can be an understanding of science, maybe, of things that are more universal. Whatever it is that allows you to feel grounded. With an inhale, you'll come halfway up, create your flat back. Use your exhale and fold. We're gonna bend our knees and slowly, using an inhale, you're rolling up vertebra by vertebra. When you get all the way up, the head lifts, the shoulders roll back and down, and your arms drop just alongside your torso. We're going to start with a couple of half sun salutations just so we have that as kind of the reminder, and then move into a few. I don't know whether we'll do A or C, but for those of you that want that movement, if you don't want the full sun salutations, you're just going to come back to the half sun salutations and honor that body that is yours this morning. So I'm not at the top of my mat. If you're not either, come on forward. Roll those shoulders back and down again. Find those four corners of your feet, just as you have those roots. And recognize that you are rooted, not just at the feet, but all the way up the legs, the torso. Everything about you is rooted, but not so tightly that you can't move. With an inhale, we'll allow the arms to lift. Once the arms are up, the shoulders drop. We'll take another breath in here and use our exhale, bend the knees, hinge the hips, forward fold. Inhale to come halfway, it's a flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees a ton, arms out like wings so you can inhale all the way up. We'll exhale, allow the torso to bend towards the right, and we can either grab that top wrist, we can drop the arm, or we can stay just as we were. Use an inhale, come to center. Your exhale will bend you to the left. Same thing, your choice for arms. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, rock back just a hair this morning. Inhale to center, and exhale, fold all the way down. Tuck the chin in. Inhaling halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the arms or knees, arms out like wings, lift all the way up. Hands come together and slide back to heart. Same thing, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling to the center. Exhaling to the left. Inhaling center. Exhale, rock back a little. Inhale, center. And exhale, forward fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling all the way up. Hands together, down to heart. So that's your half sun salutation. More than welcome to stay there. Otherwise, we'll inhale to lift up. Exhale to fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, drop your knee. Inhale, torso up. Exhale, torso down. Inhale, front foot back. So you can either stay in on your knees in low plank, or you can be at high plank. Breath in, breath out, bends the elbows, lowers us to the earth. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. One breath here. Knees can drop, but we need to bring right foot forward. Exhale, situate, drop that back knee. Inhale, torso up. Exhale, torso down. Back toes tuck, knee up, back foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, torso up. Exhale, torso down. Inhale, front foot back. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. One breath. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, back, knee down. Inhale, torso up. Exhale, torso down. Inhale, back foot forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Right foot back. Let's keep the knee up if we want. Inhale, torso up. Exhale, torso down. Inhale, front foot back. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog, a breath. Inhale, right foot forward. Back knees up or down. Inhale, torso up. Exhale, torso down. Back foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Let's stay in our forward fold, chin tucked in. Nice big breaths. forehead soft, cheek soft. And feel the warmth of the body, the heart rate increased. Use your respiration, your breath, to lower the heart rate. So you breathe slower and deeper, belly fills and belly empties. Next inhale, you'll come halfway, holding halfway, creating that flat back. Pushing thigh bones back in the hip sockets, pull your belly button in and allow your awareness to be at that lower back and across the hips. Take another breath in. Then exhale, hinge forward. Bend the knees enough that you can get your hands to the earth. And let's step a foot back, drop the knee, other foot back, knee is dropped. Okie doke. So we're going to stay just a little longer with movement of the body in order to get these muscles warm, specific on lower back. And so you're really going to do what honors your body. If things are not, you know enough to find your own practice. So we're going to start in a low plank. So knees are on the earth, shoulders are back. Your belly is engaged here. As you keep the belly engaged, see what happens if you let those hips begin to sink towards the earth. Good. As needed, your elbows are going to bend and you're going to slowly lower yourself all the way down. Once down, lift your legs up one at a time just so you can lengthen them, get those hips nice and open. Take another breath. And then roll those shoulders back, hug those elbows in towards your torso. With an inhale, you're moving to cobra. Pushing through the hands a little to move more towards up dog. Your belly is engaged. We're gonna push with the arms, let the hips follow, so you're back at low plank. Then send the hips up and back, but tuck the tailbone and tuck the chin and move through cat as you come all the way back to child's pose. And take a breath in child's pose. Inhaling, you'll slide forward to tabletop, roll over the knees. Allow those hips to begin to sink. Your shoulders roll back, your throat might even open as you slowly bend the elbows. Lower all the way to the earth. Then take a breath. And inhale, we'll roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows in, come up to cobra. Push with the arms a little so you can lift it up like you're peeling or rolling up. As you move back to child's pose, the tailbone tucks, the chin tucks through cat. Clear back to child's pose. Take a breath. One more time. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, roll down like thighs, hips. Your elbows bend to let your belly, then your chest, all the way to the forehead. Take a breath. Then inhale, head, shoulders, ribs, belly, hips. As you move back, tailbone tucks, chin tucks, all the way back to child's pose. This time, let's wrap our arms around our legs and soften into this. Imagine those roots it could be from your tops of your feet, your shins, your knees, maybe your arms even, or your shoulders, your forehead. What is it that roots you? Good. Arms will come forward. We're going to inhale to tabletop. Crawl forward on our mats so that we can either roll over the feet, swing them to the side, however, and come to the butt for a sec. So once on our butt, we want to bring the soles of our feet so that they're together and that the knees are just bent and out and open. And once you're there, your hands might grab hold of your shins just to help you sit up, and we'll close our eyes. And we'll feel those roots, and we'll soften the pelvic floor. Soften the face, and very gently allow the hips to hinge so that your chest would be reaching for the soles or to the feet, like where the soles come together. And it's your heart reaching, not your head. Your head is nice and upright. And this hinge keeps softening your pelvic floor, imagining that your hips are soft and released. Good. If it's available, you might weave the hands underneath the shin and allow the shins to act as a bit of a lever, pulling your heart towards your feet a little bit more. Notice that you maintain that lumbar curve, that flat back. And that's just so we can keep the awareness or the stretch to the lower back and to the space across the back of the hips. Good. You've got just a couple more breaths. With an inhale, you'll unweave your hands, slowly come up so you're all the way upright. Use your hands to help your knees come up. And once your knees are up, just hold on. You can either hold on to like your thighs, your calves, maybe you can lock hands or wrists, but allow those knees to move in so that they're either right out from the hips, or maybe they're even in more than that, like our knees are coming together. If possible, you can certainly pull the feet in closer, as long as you can keep yourself in that nice long spine and feel like rolled forward. But wherever you are, you're gonna soften pelvic floor again and literally relax the hips as you intend to do that, or you imagine it happens. Okay, we're letting the legs then move back out. They're gonna be straight, but they're gonna spread like way out. And for some of us, this is too much. And so we will bend a knee. And if we're gonna bend a knee, let's bend to the left knee first, actually. And so we're still after this lower back, we're gonna sit up nice and tall, but we're gonna be bending. It's a lateral bend to the right. And I just take my right hand maybe to the shin. We're gonna roll that left shoulder back and down so our heart stays forward. And so the bend is literally, it's not a twist, just a lateral bend. It's as though that right shoulder is dropping towards the right thigh, but the left shoulder is still right in line. Your heart is wide open. Some people like to bring that left arm alongside the ear. I know if you guys think of Kathy, she does this one and she can like come all the way down and touch her toes with this left hand and keep her heart facing forward. Good. If you've got your arm up, allow it to move back down to the hip. Inhaling, we'll unbend the spine so we're up, just nice and straight. Okie doke. Now we're twisting over that right leg. So your shoulders are going to twist. Your solar plexus is going to twist. And maybe you stay right here, just upright, imagining that that bent knee or that left leg just relaxes. Maybe you decide to hinge at the hips. Either way, I would invite you to maintain your core engagement, your flat back, and allow that to stay right there at the lower back and the back of the hips. Yeah, and you can hinge as deep as your body allows you, as long as you keep that flat back. Nice big breaths. Good. Next inhale and hinge your hips. And we'll switch our legs. So left one is out, right one is bent if you need it. And they're out just as wide as you can get them out. First part of it is our torso stays forward and it's just a lateral bend of the spine. And so it's as though that left shoulder is moving down towards the left thigh. Maybe your left hand finds the shin, or maybe it finds the toes, whatever. But your heart is still, it's forward, it's open, even if you decide to bring that right arm alongside the ear. Maybe feeling the roots from your sits bones again, from your legs. Connected always to those things that ground us. If your arm is alongside your ear, pull it back in and down to your hip. With an inhale, slowly bring that torso up. And then you're twisting shoulders, solar plexus over that leg. Maybe you're upright, just twist it over the left leg. Maybe you're hinging, just hips hinging over that left leg. Shoulders back and down away from our ears. Softening hips and pelvic floor. Next inhale, undo your torso and bring it back to the center. Nice. Moving to our back bodies then. We've done lots of warming, stretching of this. Really, most of the time, the key to the tightness in lower back are just kind of glitches, as some persons call it. It'll be releasing. So we want to meet on the back body. Our knees bent, they're hip distance apart. And maybe before we go to releasing, let's do a little bridge. So we're just finding a hair bit more movement in that back. So when you're ready, feet move in a little bit closer to your butt, elbows right in beside the torso. Maybe you tuck the shoulder blades. And we're gonna inhale, get our butt up, our hips up. And then re-tuck those shoulder blades. So like get them so they're almost holding your chest up. With the chest up, like it's tucked because those shoulder blades are tucked under, you're gonna bring your butt straight down. And it's gonna leave you in this like elevated heart position. at least for a few breaths. A bit of a back bend, actually. Good. Next inhale, lift those hips up. This time when we lower, which we're going to stay here for a couple more breaths, but when you do lower, you're going to come down as though you're moving from like the neck down, vertebra by vertebra. So you're coming down one at a time. So let's do it with our next exhale. We'll roll down one vertebra at a time. So you're trying to get that lower back connected with the earth. Once it's connected, your feet will come all the way together, same for your knees. And you'll let those knees begin to sway side to side. It's a gentle windshield wiper. The ground pushing into those muscles of lower back and hips. Bring your knees back to the center and pull your right knee in towards the chest, hands to that knee, give it a hug in. Maybe you're holding it in place. Maybe you're rocking it side to side. You're just deciding for you what feels right. When you let go of this knee, you're going to bring that right ankle to the left knee. So you're setting up for it's figure four. Your right knee moves away from your body. And I bring my right hand to the thigh. I like to just push it away a little bit. You might rock here. If you're more about kind of the back of that other leg, your hamstrings, or your, could be even your hips instead of your lower back. You might bring that left knee in towards you, wrap the hands around the thigh or grab your pants. More traditional figure four. Remember, releasing is it's a repetition and it's time spent here. You'll do one more breath in your figure four. Extra breath in. Your exhale brings your foot to the mat and uncrosses your right leg. So the foot goes back to the mat. Nice. Inhaling, left knee is in, hands to that knee. Give it a squeeze to you. And you decide whether you stay put or whether you move that knee side to side, figure eight it, circle it. Still or moving, feel the lower back and the hips as they're pushing into your mat. We're gonna let go of that knee, but that left ankle is gonna come to the right knee, and you're gonna push away that left knee and find your figure four. And it's your version. Maybe you want that right knee up, your hands wrapped around the thigh. Even if right knee is in, remember left knee is still moving away from you. Soft hips, soft pelvic floor. One more breath. Extra inhale and an exhale to bring the feet to the mat. Good. Bring your feet so they're hip distance apart. Your shoulders roll out and down, relax. Your knees are going to drop towards the right. And then just your top knee, feet on the ground, your top knee is going to move towards the middle. Dropping out and open to the left, legs open just for a sec, the bottom leg catches. And both fall to the left. Let your top knee move to the middle. Legs open just for a sec. Both legs drop to the right. And side to side, this is windshield wiper. But it's a very, I guess, mindful way of helping ensure that the lower back doesn't get triggered when we do the twisting from side to side. That top knee being your lead just helps protect you. And you can go real slow, you can go faster. It is repetition though that works the magic, so we'll be here for several more breaths. Another little thing that I like to do when I'm doing this is if I'm got my knees moving towards the right, then I might press down with my left hip and almost push that left hip up a little. Good, do one more time each side. When we meet, we're gonna meet knees back in the middle. Knees moving in towards our torso, hands to our knees, giving a hug in, a rock side to side. Maybe a circle of the knees. And then last place we'll go before we stretch out for Shavasana is back to that lateral bend of the spine. And so to do this, you want to let your feet come to the earth and stretch your legs all the way out. Then we bend the elbows. We're going to use the elbows to like wiggle our torso to the right. And let your hips, don't wiggle your hips, keep your hips grounded, but your shoulders wiggle to the right. Then your feet also will step or kind of heel to the right. so that you create, maybe you see a banana, maybe you see a C with your body. Once you've got that, then your arms, your shoulders, your legs, like every bit of you can relax into this. Notice how that left hip, maybe it wants to move up, but you're relaxing it down. Your feet then are gonna wiggle back so they're straight out from your hip. Your elbow is gonna help your torso scooch back so that it too is aligned with your hips. And pause just for a sec here, everything lines up. Your elbows are gonna help your torso wiggle to the left. Your hips staying right where they were. Then your heels moving to the left so that you create again your banana, your C. And once you've got it, everything softens, everything relaxes. Your feet are gonna wiggle back so they're in line with your hips. Your elbows help your torso wiggle back so it's in line with your hips. And maybe you're here in Shavasana and you're okay to stay right here. If the lower back though is speaking and it's needing just a little bit more release, I'd invite you to bend the knees, either pull the butt down towards the heels again, maybe that's enough, or you'll bring your knees back in towards your torso, hands to your knees so you can rock. Maybe you reach for the feet and you find your happy baby. Any last release that you know your body appreciates. It could be a twist. Whatever it is. When your body is ready to stretch back out for Shavasana, those legs, they'll lengthen at least as wide as your hips. Your feet roll out, they flop open. If that's not okay with lower back, you can always bend the knee. Wherever you're at though, let the arms find a place that allows the shoulders to relax. And if eyes aren't closed, consider closing them. Notice your breath. And as your body breathes this morning, allow the face to soften. Allow your eyes to drop back in the eye socket. Crown of your head and back of your head to soften. Softness in the neck and the shoulders. Down and out your arms. The belly softens, the back body relaxes. As your butt relaxes, your hips relax. Down through your legs. Your body here. Again, it's as though it's being cradled by your mat. More than that, cradled and held by the earth. Maybe you can feel or see even your roots. Maybe you can see the ways in which you're connected. Better yet, feel the ways. With that sense of connection, notice your breath. Breath and that connection, just meeting each other, complementing each other. We'll take just a couple more breaths. And then we'll need to find some movement. So whether that's fingers and toes, ankles or wrists, however you kind of wake that resting body up. Remember, it really is a resting body, even though it's only, I think we were there about 6 minutes, 7 minutes. It takes just 5 minutes of purposeful relaxation for our body and our mind to think that it had a 20-minute nap. So waken it nicely. When you're ready to roll on your side, your knees can bend and your hips will shift one way or another. And from the side, we want to use our hands and our arms to push us up, where we'll meet at that comfortable seat. Once at your comfortable seat, your eyes will close. And you'll again imagine those roots down deep into your sits bones, into the earth. And then bring the palms together if they're not, the thumbs tucked at the heart, the chin bowed towards the chest. Might we remember those things that ground us and root us? And might we really remember the way it feels to be grounded, to be cradled, to be held by this matter, this earth, or the belief systems that we have, the knowledge we possess, whatever it is that allows you to feel that sense of connection. Closing this morning, as we started, more than welcome to join me by chanting an Om. We'll exhale, let our breath go. Inhale to fill back up. Namaste.